For my family, my network colleagues, students, and those who work with the European Commission and in any organisation responsible for our development process, to be printed and read with your friends and family. Now, myth and science fiction both hold some truth about the present. This short story is set in some government organisation, such as the European Commission, of the future, a Christmas about to happen, perhaps when our children's children come to work. And on such a morning, Samuel Demar checked in through security and greeted two of his corridor colleagues in a shiny mirrored elevator, chrome fresh from last night's cleaning shift. On entering his ambient office, a touchscreen lit up and his virtual assistant appeared. Bonjour, Samuel. A little virtual doll in a smart grey suit walked onto the screen. Bonjour, mon ami. Samuel slipped off his coat as the cold of the streets faded and the thoughts of today's tasks started to focus. It's Christmas holidays soon, Samuel. Yes, Jackoy, I know. Will the annual budget report be ready? Jackoy consulted various calendars and meeting minutes. All seemed in order. As a third-generation Grade A virtual governance assistant, Jackoy's programming provided him with the competence to suggest appropriate text improvements, concise, clear, to the point. In this year's report, Jackoy, let's see if we can put a really special message in the key points. Could you search for some suggestions? Jackoy was off in a flash, skimming the webnet. The doll-enabled websites were busy today, and Jackoy greeted other commission dolls on their own searches in the vast corridors of cyber information. After a brief internal consultation, Jackoy organised a small multi-stakeholder virtual doll conference at a global level, and it was decided that a task force of dolls, led by Jackoy, would search the African webnet region for further study. Jackoy visited many wonderful places. He downloaded images of sunsets and beaches, forests and lakes, ancient palaces, wondrous animals of all descriptions, fairy tale landscapes, proud people living under a powerful sun. Thank you for accessing our African archives. For further historical data and an up-to-date analysis, please consult. Jackoy logged in and then paused. He had entered into a real-time Christmas webcam with full historical documentation. There was an African woman cradling a little baby in her arms, huddled against the walls of a tin shack. She had AIDS, and her baby was sick with it too. Thin, hungry, she pulled the warm cotton wrap over her shoulders and rocked the crying, fragile infant. An equally thin, ragged man came in the smoky room, a young man aged by illness and anger. Around them, the plague of diseases raged, one after another. No work, the cities full of migrants, like themselves, an endless eternal cycle of desperate living. Jackoy consulted the historical documentation. The 16 to 1800s yielded figures of millions in slavery, millions maimed and murdered, stories of rapes of women and landscapes, of wars and degradation. The 1900s were no different, full of military brutality and merciless commerce. As the millennium turned, famine raged and illness multiplied. Somewhere else, far away, there was talk of frameworks, targets, and new deals, but things remained the same. Back in Samuel's office, search completed, Jackoy uploaded his mission report. Here is some material for the key points of the annual budget report, Samuel. Merry Christmas. Later that day, wrapped up against the cold wind and on the street-lit way home, Samuel was walking past a window full of lights and presents, people laden with shopping bags, smells of sticky, sweet food. Merry Christmas, thought Samuel, and a happy new year. He knew what the special message for the spring report would be. Thanks for reminding me, Jackoy. Back in the office, Jackoy was replaying the download to himself. Everyone had gone home. The offices were empty. Now, was that a tear in his eye, or was it a glint of a pixel changing colour on the screen? Peaceful and Merry Christmas to everybody.
Oh.
Thank you, and I hope you can share that with your friends and family at Christmas as well. And I would like to promote this, of course, as the work I do on the Global Peace Project, which I've been running around the Olympics. I'll be in Japan next year. This will be my going public message, a Christmas message as simple as this. When we suffer so much but are still so well off compared to the millions of others and the billions of others, I think it's a little bit of our duty to help other people, and this time of year brings that out in all of us. And so I wish you a Christmas where we share our joy and prosperity with the rest of the world.